This week on TGC News, traditional stuff from Barrett, mergers and acquisitions, and a ton of SHOT Show stuff in a rapid-fire news segment. The new 32-round DD magazine from Daniel Defense offers lightweight carbon fiber reinforced construction, ample texture no matter what you get into, and an impact-absorbing baseplate for any AR-15. To learn more, hit the link in the description to head over to DanielDefense.com. Welcome back to TGC News, the only gun news show that covers things you actually care about. My name is Jon Patton, and before we get started, I want to mention two important things. Right now, there is a petition going around to repeal the entirety of the National Firearms Act, or NFA. Go sign it right now. I don't care if you click out of the video and you don't come back. Go sign it right now. There is a link down in the description, of course. Also, Adam and I will be at the Great American Outdoor Show here in Pennsylvania, in Harrisburg, in just a couple of weekends, specifically February 11th and 12th. I'll be walking around on the 11th, and the 12th I'll be at the Rockwell Tactical booth from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So definitely swing by if you're anywhere near Harrisburg, PA. I expect you to be there and come shake my hand because I want to meet every single one of you guys. Now, let's get into some news, shall we? We tried to cover as much of SHOT Show as possible, but obviously there were things we were going to miss. If you haven't seen the TGC coverage, you need to go watch that stuff in the playlist in one of these corners or wherever. You'll find it on YouTube. So what did we actually miss that was cool? Well, a company most well known for an anti-material rifle called the M107A1 and their top-tier bolt action called the MRAD released a lightweight hunting rifle and an entire line of Italian-made high-end shotguns. Yep, Barrett, the company most known for changing the face of warfare, released things that have nothing to do with war. Tells you a lot about what's going on in the gun world these days. First, we have the Fieldcraft rifles. These things weigh in at about 5 pounds on the lightest end and will be chambered in things like .243, .22-250, .308, 7mm.8, 6.5 Creedmoor, 30-06, and a couple others. They have carbon fiber stocks and are claiming to be sub-MOA guns out of the box. And if they shoot anything like the MRAD, these things promise to be pretty sweet. And they should be for the MSRP of $17.99. Beyond that, they announced something that caught me way off guard. Their new line of shotguns called Sovereign. It's the Barrett Sovereign line. Essentially, they're a high-quality Italian-made shotgun line. A big departure from the 50 BMG we all know and love, but right up my alley with slinging shot down range. The line features models like the Rutherford, which is more of a field-type gun with basic wood and engraving, up to their fancy Albany and Beltrami lines with the fancier wood and engraving on the receivers, nicer finishes, yada yada yada. You know how shotguns are. These are very classically styled guns. In the middle of the line, they have a sporting gun called the BX Pro, which has extended chokes and an adjustable cheek piece on the stock. It's hard for me to say whether or not these shotguns are going to be the bee's knees without feeling them in my hands, though. I'm extremely picky about shotguns, and it's hard to knock Beretta gauge guns off my top spot. However, these things look like they might actually have a chance, and knowing Barrett and their quality levels before, that might be a very good chance for them. Prices will range from $2,200 on the Rutherford up to $6,550 on the Beltrami 28 gauge. That puts it in the mid-tier of shotgun pricing and will give companies like Franchi and Beretta a real run for their money. Now, because there is tons of stuff to cover this week, we're going to do some more rapid-fire news to try and hit as many things as possible. Are you ready? Here we go. First up, not only is the NSSF suing Massachusetts for its BS, but now the NR-freaking-A has joined the fight to sue the governor and the Attorney General of Massachusetts. Game on. Really happy to see the NRA fighting that fight. Next up, Palmetto State Armory continues to take leaps in the value gun market by releasing an AK-47 build kit for $399. It comes with a barreled head-spaced action as well as a dust cover that actually fits and all the accoutrements to go with that. All you need to add is a fire control group and furniture to have yourself a super affordable all-USA made AK. Big thumbs up. That, my friends, is going to be a really cool thing. I need to get my hands on one to see how good they really are, but I mean, as soon as they get listed on the website, they're gone instantly. Got to catch it at the right time, I guess. Speaking of tough times in the gun industry, a company that has been around for 40 years has closed its doors. Olympic Arms, makers of the AR-15 you've never heard of and the other guns you didn't want, have announced that they're closing up shop. Now, these guys did make a name for themselves during and after the original assault weapons ban, but did very little to keep up with the times. I've also heard stories of their customer service and quality severely lacking. That being said, I can't say I'm surprised that they're closing the doors. We talked about this on the This Week in Guns podcast last week, and we're speculating about why they didn't decide to sell the company off instead of just closing. It's hard to say, but what we do know is that this reinforces that the gun industry is on shaky ground right now. It's pretty interesting. And in I did not see that coming news, we are starting to see some interesting trends in the firearms industry. With Trump coming into office and gun control seemingly being put on the back burner for the time being, a lot of the gun industry is having their own panic because so many companies that survived on panic buying alone no longer have undereducated, panicking buyers to pay their bills. Companies that popped up overnight to try and take advantage of a trend are going to be shaking in their boots over the next few years. I think as a part of that, we will start to see more mergers and acquisitions, and one of the more interesting ones that is a merger happening right now between Zev Technologies and Mega Arms. For those of you that are unaware, Zev is most known for the high-end Glock modifications and accessories, and they've been prevalent in that market for a few years now and have garnered a really good reputation for quality. A similar story could be told about their counterpart Mega Arms, who is most well known for billet AR-15 and AR-10 receivers and rifles. They have lived in the premium rifle space and really made a home there, being one of the most trusted brands around. To see these two companies come together is kind of curious. Thoughts and questions come up like, who is going to prevail out of those two brands? What concepts and parts will come out of it? Will we see Zev rifles or maybe Mega pistols come out of this? All of this comes to mind. It's really interesting. Two really strong brands coming together. Zev CEO Matt Ridenour said in a statement that they will use 2017 to listen to customer feedback and try to find ways to add value through the combined company. He also said that both brands will remain as they are currently in the near term. I, for one, am excited to see what comes of this, but I want to know what you guys think about all this. Will we continue to see more wacky mergers and acquisitions, or will companies close their doors instead when it gets tough? Let me know what you think down in the comments. And while you're doing that, be sure to stick around until after the break because there is no friendly fire this week, just more news.
The Transformer rail from Manticore Arms offers unparalleled versatility for both the AR-15 and now AK platform rifles. This free-floating rail system allows you to attach both M-LOK and key mod segments, Picatinny rail segments, as well as a host of other options. You can bet that almost any attachment will work. Available in OD green, flat dark earth, and of course black, this lightweight setup might be just what you need. To get 10% off anything you buy, use the code TGC10 at manticorearms.com.
And last but definitely not least this week, we have one more thing that I wanted to highlight. The story of a man named Thomas Yoxel. Long story short, there was an Arizona state trooper that had pulled over to the side of the road to try and render aid at a car rollover scene. Seemingly out of nowhere, a man came up and shot the trooper with a 9mm in the shoulder and then started beating him. That's when Thomas Yoxel was driving by a convicted felon in the year 2000 that had his gun rights restored in the year 2003, pulled over. Thomas Yoxel pulled over, seeing this happening. He heard the police officer yelling out for help, pulled out his gun, and in his own words, alleviated the threat to the officer. This man saved the life of an Arizona state trooper out of a total chance encounter. This is why we talk about carrying a gun everywhere. You never know when you might have to make a decision that could save your life or someone else's. Will every situation play out like this? No way in hell. But this is a tale of someone having their rights restored, exercising those rights, and saving a life. I think this is important to share with you guys to show you that there are good people out there, good Samaritans with firearms, and they do exist, and this kind of stuff does actually happen. I want to know your thoughts on this story. Do you think that this guy, Thomas Yoxel, did the right thing when he stopped his car? Would you have stopped? Do you want to hear more stories just like this one's about Good Samaritans doing the right thing? Let me know down in the comments. And guys, that is it for this week's show. If you enjoyed the episode, hit that like button and share it with your friends. If you didn't, let me know down in the comments below. If you haven't yet, please get subscribed. You won't want to miss a single week of the show. And as always, thank you all for watching. We'll see you soon. Oh, and go sign that damn petition.
The shirts worn in today's episode of TGC News were provided by Patriot Patch Company. Click the link in the description to learn more.